Welcome back to another reading session. So today Aratrika is not here. She's a little tired because she has too many classes and she didn't want to read. But I said that we shouldn't drop our daily reading habit. So I thought that today I will continue by myself. So today I will again read few stories with moral and I think it will be interesting to you. So without wasting much time, let's start. Yeah. So the first story is The Foolish Lion. A lion was very proud of his strength. All the animals in the jungle were afraid of him. He ordered that every day one animal had to come to his den to be eaten. Otherwise, he would kill them all. The hare didn't want to be eaten. He thought of a plan to stop the lion. On the day of its turn, the hare reached the lion's den very late, looking worried. "Why are you so late?" the lion roared. "Your Majesty, another lion who looks like you stopped me on the way," the hare said. "I had to save my life and run." "Is there another lion in the jungle who will look like me?" asked the lion. "Yes, sir," the hare said. "He says that he will eat up all the animals." "Where is that scoundrel?" the lion roared. "Take me to him." The hare took the lion to a deep well. The lion peeped in and saw his reflection. He mistook his reflection for another lion and jumped in. That was the end of the foolish lion. After that, all the jungle animals lived in a peace. Moral of the story is, there is no use of being strong if you are foolish. That's very important. You have to be strong from from physical as well as from your mind, mental also. So you have to have strong from physical and from mental. The next story is The Loyal Mongoose. A family had a pet mongoose. The mongoose loved to play with and listen to the gurgle of the newborn baby, who slept in a cot on the veranda. One day, mother realized that there was no bread at home. Her husband was about to come home for lunch. She left the baby in the cot and hurried in the market. As she rushed out of the door, the mother asked the mongoose to take care of the baby. Just as the lady left, a snake sneaked into the house. The mongoose saw the snake and pounced on it. After a fierce fight, the mongoose killed the snake. After some time, the lady of the house returned. The mongoose went to the door to greet her. His mouth was smeared with the snake's blood. "Help! The mongoose killed my baby!" She shrieked and started hitting the mongoose with a stick. Soon her husband arrived. He rushed in and realized that the baby was still sleeping peacefully. The poor mongoose was hurt for no reason. Moral of the story is, think before you act. This is also very, very important moral. And you will come up with many things when actually you need to think before you act. So remember that's moral. The next story is The Poor Man Who Was Happy. There was a very poor man who owned nothing. He would eat with whatever alms people give and sleep on the pavement under the stars. But he was happy. He had no worries. One day, a rich man happened to notice the poor man. The rich man felt bad for him. He gave the poor man a gold biscuit. "Here, you can sell this and earn lots of money," he said. The poor man had never owned anything so expensive. He went on his rounds and begged, but constantly feared that someone would steal his biscuit. That night, he couldn't sleep it at all. He was afraid that if he slept, someone would steal his gold biscuit. All the peace and happiness vanished from the poor man's life. The next morning, he woke up and went to the rich man. "Please take this gold biscuit back," he said. "I was very happy without it. It has destroyed my peace of mind. I don't want your riches. I am happy the way I am. Moral of the story is money can't buy everything. The next story is Hottie Da Here. This story is about a hare named Hottie, who was very talented but afraid of heights. One day, the king organized a great big feast for all the hares in his kingdom. Hottie's friends and family were very excited, but Hottie looked worried. The king's palace was on the top of a big hill with very steep sides. Hottie wasn't sure if he would be able to make it to the palace. He tried, but after he went a small distance, his fear got better of him. The lights of the palace glistened at night as Hottie sat at the base of the hill, munching on a carrot. I am sure it must be lousy party. I heard that the food is going to be terrible. Imagine climbing so high only to eat tasteless food. Wah, I am happy here, Hottie said to the mouse sitting beside him. The mouse looked at Hottie and smiled. How would you know? You are not even attending the party and don't have the chance to taste the food. There is nothing wrong with the supper being served at the party, Hottie, said the mouse as he scampered up the hill. Moral: do not despise something just because you cannot have it. The next story is another small story which is called The Copper and the Earthen Pot. One day there was a great flood. Utensils from all the homes got swept away by the huge waves and started flowing with the water. An earthen pot and a copper pot were sailing side by side. The copper pot took pity on the earthen pot and asked, "Do you want to hold on to me for safety?" The earthen pot declined and said, "No, thank you. I am made of clay, whereas you are made of copper. If a wave causes us to crash, I will shatter to pieces and die." After some time, water filled into the copper pot and it sank, while the earthen pot kept floating. Moral of the story is, strength can be measured in many ways. The next story is The Wolf in Sheepskin. Let's hear the story. A wolf thought that if he disguised himself in a sheepskin, he could sneak into a herd of sheep and easily catch a few as a prey. He wore the sheepskin and started moving along with the herd. He was just about to attack a sheep when the shepherd called out to his assistant. "Hey," he pointed the wolf dressed as sheep. Look how fat the sheep has become. Let's have it for dinner." The wolf got killed and was eaten by shepherd for dinner. Moral of the story is, sneaky behavior always leads to bad endings. The next story is The Cunning Fox. Once, a fox had a fish bone stuck in his throat. He went to a crane for help, who readily put his head inside the fox's mouth, down his throat and removed the bone. Now that the fox was all right, the crane said, "Where is my reward for saving your life?" The fox replied with a smile, "Your reward is that I didn't bite your head off even though it was inside my mouth. Be thankful for that." Moral of the story is, don't expect favors from cunning people. The next story is Two Friends and a Bear. Two friends were walking through a jungle when they came across a large bear. One friend quickly climbed up the tree. The other didn't know how to climb a tree, so he used his intelligence and lay down, pretending to be dead. He knew that the bears don't attack dead bodies. The bear came close, sniffed the man on the ground and left. When the coast was clear, the other one climbed down the tree. "What did the bear whisper in your ear?" he asked. "He advised me to stay away from friends like you," replied his friend, who then got up and walked away. Moral of the story is, keep away from friends who will leave you alone in difficult times. This is very important moral. You should never leave your friends when they are in pain or they are in some trouble. You have to help your friends when they are in trouble. That's why you are friend. The next and last story of the day is The Foolish Astrologer. There was once an astrologer who was very absent-minded. He was always looking at stars, searching for some sign from the skies. He did not concentrate even while walking. Everyone told him to be more careful, but he hardly cared. One starry night, as always, he was looking at the star while walking. Suddenly, he stepped straight on a ditch. He sprained his ankle and had to wait all night for someone to take him out. After the incident, he always pays attention to what was before him. Moral of the story is, reality is more important than dreams and ideas. So that's all for today. Again, next day we'll read few more stories from this 365 Moral Stories book. If you like these stories, please comment below. And if you want to be part of Creative Thinking Academy, please register in the below link. Thank you for watching. Good night. Bye bye.